Good morning, watch fans. Today we're going to talk about watches for the big wrist. You know, these watches are my three favorite automatics. I've had this one the longest, the Tudor Black Bay Heritage 41 on a black face. I've heard the story many times. I bought what I could afford, which was this watch on leather. And I bought a bunch of other things for it, other bracelets, other straps, and, kind of played around with it. Really wanted this on steel for $2,000. One day it popped up with a big giant scratch right above, right there. Right, this for $2,000 on a bracelet, and immediately took it off and put it on here because this one just lives on a bracelet. I think it just belongs there. The leather's nice, but it didn't fit properly. The bracelet's the way to go if anybody's going to buy that watch. I know Random Rob has one. A few other guys have had one on the channel, so on the web. So this lives on blue straps. I have a bunch of blue straps for it, and that's what it lives on. And I'm very happy with it. So I had this for a while, paid $2,000 for it. Searched for 6 months, and back in March, right before when COVID kicked off, I found this watch at the price I wanted, the $5,200 price. $5,500 price tag. I had a coupon from TGV, the Urban Gentry. He used to work for the Watchmax. Was it Watchbox? He used to work for Watchbox. He had a coupon. I used it and got it down $250 with free shipping. Delivered $5,200. Great watch. Fantastic watch. No regrets. It was every dime I had in my watch fund. Every nickel I had. The very next day, this pops up for $2,000. So I did something I thought I would never do, but worked out great for me personally, was using PayPal credit. Gives you 6 months, 12 months, or 24 months, depending on how much you spend, to 0% to pay it off. So I paid it off in $500 a month for 4 months, and then I was paid for it. Done. In that same time frame, I also got my daughter a new camera and some other things with the PayPal credit. Now that I have it, I'm using it, of course, and got to be really careful because, Jesus, last thing you need is more debt, right? Especially the way things are. I am a retiree. I don't need more debt. So, yeah, I bought my daughter a $650 camera and PayPal credit also with no interest. But again, all that's now paid off. So, cash versus credit. I would never, ever put one of these watches, a couple $1,000 watch, on a credit card that I couldn't pay off within the grace period. Like that, I've had these credit cards a long time. The credit cards are 12%, I think, 8%. We haven't paid interest on a credit card in 10 years. I think it's been a long time. So I used the interest-free PayPal to pay for this watch. Was very hesitant to do it, but it worked out great. And now, of course, they give me an enormous limit. So maybe I could go another watch. Maybe I could buy the Zenith with that, put half of my money down, and spend $500 a month to pay it off. Maybe, probably not. I'll probably just spend the whole $5,000 on that Zenith, which would probably be my next watch, which I think would look really nice here. Integrated bracelet, titanium, big blue face, 41 millimeters, pretty nice looking watch. I think it'll fit my collection very nicely. So that's my discussion of cash versus credit. I only use credit just because I spent all my money on this watch, plain simple. I would typically always have a couple grand laying around, and I would have bought this watch without blinking an eye. But I spent the whole $5,000 on this thing, so I don't regret it. It's a great watch. I could have skipped this watch and waited another few months till it came back around, but now we all know the Tudors have kind of swung the other way. They're coming up a little bit in price. People seem to really like them, and they're great watches. Very accurate, very reliable, very beautiful. Everything you want for a $2,000 watch. So I got the full set, box papers, the NATO, everything for $2,000. All I had was a tiny scratch. And if you wear your watches, you get scratches anyways. So I'm not going to ping over that new scratch. And there's a bunch of other scratches on here anyways. I think there's one right there on the case side. So everybody knows I'm fairly fumbly and hard on my watches. Just the way it is. So cash versus credit. Use the credit very, very reasonably, very carefully, and with your eyes wide open. If I had missed the payoff date on this watch, I would have had to pay all the back interest. If I missed it by one day, they would have hammered me with what, 6 months? 6 months of interest at 18% on $2,000 is like $300. So whatever that is, it's quite a bit. I think it's a 6 months. Yeah, something like, I think sometimes it's like $200 in interest. It would have hit me with ridiculous. So, but of course I did miss the payoff date. Paid it up way early. Got rid of it 2 months early. Got rid of the payment, and instead of paying the whatever they wanted me to pay, some ridiculous little amount of money, I just kept throwing every dime I had out every month for 4 months and paid it off. So that's how I did my first credit transaction with a watch. A lot of guys scream bloody murder about using credit. Be responsible, be respectful, be careful. Never take food out of your family's mouth. I have a watch fund for a reason. Haven't bought anything expensive since these things, really. I haven't bought anything expensive in a long time. And I sold a bunch of watches in September actually, and get rid of all my junk, and raised about another $2,000. So that padded my watch fund, give me almost $5,000 in my watch fund. I spent $1,000 on the dog. Now I'm back down to $4,000 my watch fund. So, but by Christmas I'll have it back up to $5,000 again. I'll be able to buy that Zenith. I think I can buy the Zenith by Christmas, not a problem. So, that's my transaction going on with these watches currently. I'm not going to sell anything. I like everything I have currently. The only thing I have worth really any money are these 3 watches that are, in that G-Shock. So, these are my 4 expensive watches right here. This is $10,000 almost with the watches right here. So, but these are the keepers. These are the ones I'm going to never get rid of. So, in fact, I'm going to wear this one tomorrow, I think. I wore the other ones this week. I haven't worn this one yet. So, but yeah, that's how it's going to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to just, by Christmas, buy myself that nice new watch and call it a day. Yep. And I'm going to probably put it on the PayPal credit and pay it off within 30 days because I have the money. It gets me the watch immediately. But I'm waiting till I actually have the money before I do that. In case something else happens. What if I run over something and blow 4 tires? That's $1,000. So I don't want to take it out of savings. I'd rather take it out of my watch fund. That's what it's for. But thank you for your time, folks. This has been Big Jim. I want you to enjoy your Sunday. Think about, how you spend your money and how you work your budgets. My budget's been pretty good for the last couple of years. Got my stuff under control. Please be careful. Don't go into debt for watches. They are just a hobby. It's ridiculous. All right, guys. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you in the next one. I'm out.